Can you use floor wax to restore your faded and scratched up vehicle? Stick around this video and we will find out. Okay, so a little bit away, the old truck doesn't look too bad. Notice it's not super shiny or anything like that, but it doesn't look bad. But now you start getting closer. And I don't even know if the camera is going to really pick it up. But there are clear coat scratches all over this truck. They are really, really bad. If I get the right angle, maybe you can see them. But these scratches are everywhere. It is scratched up really bad. It's got a spot there too. Like the paint has been knocked off of it in areas, you know. This fender actually, if you look at it carefully, if you look at that seam, you can tell this fender has been pushed down. I did put new headlights in it, but they were hard to get in. The headlights on these trucks are almost impossible to get in. But you can see this is bent down, and there's actually a gap here big enough to stick my finger in. So that fender has took a lick. We're not going to worry about it, but it does have dents, scratches, and dings. But now stuff like this, the only thing that we can do to fix stuff like that is to repaint, you know, do body work and repaint. There are little, like, we can't do much about that kind of stuff, but there's little micro scratches through the clear coat. Now what this guy that owned this before my son got it, what he used to do, he would four-wheel it. And it was his toy, basically. He would take it out into the woods, and, you know, you got brush and stuff, like, you know, there's some brush laying there. Like, let's say that is kind of over the trail. Well, instead of moving the brush out of the way, it's a play truck. So he would just ram right through it. And that's where all these scratches, I mean, they are all the way up on the top. It looks pretty rough when you get up close. Now, like, all the clear coat is just like worn away there. Somebody has went through and took a different color red paint and sprayed it. I don't know why they did that, but they did. So yeah, the truck is kind of a little faded looking and all that. Okay, so yes, at some point, because to fix it right, it needs a paint job. At some point, I may repaint it. It's not that critical, but the truck is in pretty good shape, rust-wise. There's hardly any rust. This is like the worst spot on it, and that can be fixed really easy. That surface rust. I don't even know how that's even there. I don't know what happened there, but there's no rust on this. So, I would like to, at some point, fix it back up, give it a good, nice paint job and all that. Do the body work and everything. But for right now, I want to just see if I can just make it look good for now. Okay, so I had went online and just on YouTube, of course, looking at videos of people trying different things. Some people have had some pretty good luck with this stuff. Now this is floor polish. This is for like the floor of a school or something like that needs like a nice shiny floor. I've used this stuff before. You spray it on the floor, you take a buffer and run over it, and it will shine and look like a brand new floor. And it works really good for floors. Now from what I've seen people use it for like, never in this case, but I've seen people online use it for like patina. Well, rust. You know, when you have a vehicle that the paint's going away, it's rusty looking, and you want to preserve that and preserve the history of the vehicle. I understand that. And in a way, this will preserve the history. Actually, it's kind of going to cover up a lot of the history, but all the dents and dings, it's going to keep them. But we're going to protect it. Now, I don't know how this is going to work really, because it's not made for automotive use. It is for floors, of course. So when you're trying something like this, what you want to do is you want to pick an area that is not noticeable and it's like way out of the way, and it's something that if it does kind of mess it up, people are not really going to see it anyway. So you pick kind of an inconspicuous area to try it on. I'm going to try it out on this front fender. This is pretty inconspicuous and not noticeable, right? No, I know, but it's a good surface just to try it out on. However it works out, that's what we're going to take. So I washed the truck earlier, and it's dry. There's no moisture left on it. Okay, so I have the floor polish in a spray bottle. This is not power wet. This is a spray bottle that I just stuck this stuff in, just so it's easier to carry around and easier to get out of the bottle. So what I want to do is I'm going to spray it on here, spray it onto the little cloth. I don't know how much to use, but we're just going to try it. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. Okay. Okay, so look at that. It is filling in all of the little cracks or the scratches. It may just be because it's wet. I don't know. Well, to tell you the truth, that is looking pretty darn good. So let me we'll get this part of the hood here real quick. Okay, so the camera does show the shine. Yeah, look, I mean, you can still see a little bit of a scratch there. And you can see some of these, but I'll tell you now, they are being filled up. Now, stuff like this where it's rubbed through and stuff, you're not going to fix that unless you paint it. And we're not painting it yet. We're just trying a good cheap fix to see if this will, and I'll tell you now, I am liking that. Turn it down. Put that out there. Okay, so that's just one time of smearing it on there. Wow. Well, it's hard to tell because I can't tell on the camera, but maybe you can see it. Now, my eyes see this side as like super shining and this side as dull, but looking in the viewfinder of the camera, it doesn't show it at all. But trust me, it is. There you can kind of see as it's going along. Let me show this black piece. See how it's all scratched up and beat up? Now, run right down it. And it really doesn't look that bad. Got a little bit on the windows, but I can get that off. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, to me, that looks much better. Oh, and on the plastic, wipe it on that plastic. Yeah. Okay, let me do the rest of the door. Okay, start all the way from the top. So you can see it as it's going along. It's converting it from scratched to looking pretty darn good, actually. Okay, so I have some mean green cleaner in this, and I've got a steel wool pad. So, on this paint that somebody decided to put on there, lay that on, and let's see what we can do. Okay, so now that it's dry, wrong rag. We'll get some more of that stuff on this rag here. And let's see how the bed turns out. Now this one, the whole thing I wiped down with a piece of steel wool, washed it down with that soap, and wiped it down with steel wool. Let's see if there's any difference. Okay, so I'm kind of a believer in this stuff now. What do y'all think? I think that truck looks pretty good. I mean, I tried putting wax on it before. The wax just, the scratches kind of turned white when you put wax on it, because it had some pretty deep scratches. I tried polishing a little bit of it, and yeah, it's possible that maybe I could, but there's places it would go all the way through, and it would be basically down to the base paint. I mean, look at this. You can see how shiny this truck is now. I think it turned out pretty good. So, so this stuff right here, it works. It really does. Now, one thing. Anybody that follows the directions to use this stuff, now you are doing that on your own. I'm not telling you to do this. Now, in a week, the paint might start peeling off. I don't know. as of right now, I think the truck is just, it's ready to be a daily driver. Besides the 8 miles per gallon part, but not much you can do about that. But anyway, yeah. It's a brand new Dodge Ram. A brand new 98 Dodge Ram. Anyway, yeah. So, does it work? Yes, it does. Do I recommend it? I'll let you know. If this starts flaking off, looking horrible or anything like that, I will let you all know. I'll do an update on it, and I'll let you know how it's holding up. I may do a 6-month update, a year update, but with it looking like this, if 6 months it starts dulling a little bit, maybe put another application on it. I don't know. I don't know if this stuff will just wash off, if it'll hold up in a car wash, if the first rain and it'll be gone. I don't know. That's why we try these little experiments. Anyway, for now, I guess that's going to be about all for this video. I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.